I think I would like to try another league with Sylvan Safekeeper over Nissa number 3 with no other changes. No, we did lose one game, that league. I can't remember what to. Maybe Tron? Shang-Chi only taps for creature abilities. So it only taps for creature abilities by itself, but when you have Badgermole Cub, when you have Leyline in play, when you tap it for it makes 2 mana for the creature ability still, but then it also makes 3 regular green mana there. So we made 3 regular mana off the Shang-Chi. No, we're pretty good on Stormhate. We have 3 Soulless Jailers, a Trinisphere, and a Rurkthar, and the Endurance, I guess, should be enough. We did add more from this morning. There we go. So I gotta go get a Sylvan Safekeeper. Lost a game to turn 2. That's right. It was turn 2 Archon on the draw. Although we did beat turn 2 Archon when they were on the play. Like the amount of stuff we beat this league is insane. It's not a card that I play too much with. I have a decent amount of experience with it, I guess. Kind of a scary hand. You can't be too scared when you play this deck, I guess. I wonder, can I lead on just Quirion Ranger to try to as a coward? Yeah, I'll pay out the believer prediction. It looks like a mod already did. Thank you. Zashu with the 37 months. Thank you. Welcome back. My opponent's on a mull to 5. What does Shang-Chi do? I don't see any creature abilities. Yeah, it's the haste, but also if you have Leyline or if you have Badgermole Cub, Shang-Chi, it makes mana. Like you tap it for the abilities, and then the Leyline or the Cub lets Shang-Chi make hasty mana for you. It's a little bit unintuitive. Yes, I am going to lead on the Quirion Ranger with this hand. What did we beat in the last league? We beat Storm, we beat Broodscale, we beat the iTwitch Reanimator deck who reanimated Archon on turn 2. Game 1, we won that game, which was crazy. We beat Storm, and I think we beat Titan. Okay, so we're playing against Titan, so I wish I had led on the I do wish I had led on the land, although this is gonna be fine. So watch. So here's why I decided to keep. Is so that you can just go Quirion Ranger untap, pick up the forest into Shang-Chi, tap Shang-Chi for a regular green mana and two useless mana. Oh, I guess we do have the Formidable Speaker. We can use that for Formidable Speaker. And then we can get Dryad Arbor, and we don't really have much else to play besides the Safekeeper. We can play the Safekeeper out. And we can pass back. So would have been better to just have the Arbor in play, but I think it was cool that we got to take this line to not just be as weak to a turn 1 removal spell. I don't want Modern VP, just Nice Words or Lantern Control. Lantern Control is a fine modern deck. One of the modern decks of all time. It's Spelunking Boseiju, Handowar Battlements, and you can be a mod too. Oh, I guess you said you don't want it. Would have to confirm you want it. So they choose Boseiju, which is interesting, and then they pass the turn. So I've drawn Badgermole Cub, so let's start off with that. 2 mana, play Badgermole Cub. Then for 3 mana, I'm going to play Formidable Speaker. So this taps for 2. So this taps for 2 mana, and then I can use the creature ability to untap another mana dork with haste. So I have enough to... I just have to win because I can just cast the Ashaya. Cool, I forgot. I did forget we have the Speaker to sink that ability mana into, but yeah, this is going to be infinite power. As long as I don't misclick. Cool. So I'm just going to go... First, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show them, hey, I've got this Leyline of Abundance. I'm going to kill you with it. Now, typically, if I was an Amulet Titan player, I would think I would want to cultivate an environment where people concede to they concede to deterministic combos, but maybe they're too bitter from the BNR. So now I'm just going to be untapping creatures so I have more things to attack with when I Leyline of Abundance. Oh, I can't. That's right. I can tap the Ranger for because I've got the Shang-Chi, of course. Should it really? I can kill them in like 2 minutes here. It's fine. So I have 4 attackers. They've got 2 blockers, which means that I need both of my creatures to have 10 power minimum. All my creatures currently have at least 2 power, which means I need to activate the Leyline 8 times. 8 times 8 is 64. So almost there. Yeah, I guess I could also have just gone for the hoof line by bouncing my speaker. It's probably faster, but I'm already here basically. You could have Earthbend on every creature to give them haste. If I Nantuko the Cub, you can't. You can do that, yes. All right, looks good to me. Go to combat. I still have 20 minutes on the clock. Up a game against Titan again. Let's bring in Chomper, and then I'm down. I guess I cut the Safekeeper. Do this. Let's do that. Some people they also think I want to click it through for content. That happens pretty often. Can't fault them for thinking that. If you're playing against me, I don't really care. But I don't mind. So they kept 6 on the play. They have a Vestige into a Grazer into a Growth Chamber. I think I'm going to be fetching a Dryad Arbor here. Okay, I guess now I'll be probably green sunning for the Arbor. You don't care about my sweet cloud clicks and views. I guess I just I've never really been very good at knowing what gets clicks and views, but I don't think it's clicking through deterministic combos. I don't think it's that interesting. Ruokthar is for Storm. Oh, they have Trinisphere. Trinisphere is actually really good against my hand, but I don't know how good it is against my deck as a whole. I guess I'd like to go Shang-Chi for 3 mana into fetch the Arbor, make 3 mana, then cast a Cub. And pass the turn. So not too bad on turn 2 through a Trinisphere. Not too bad. Remember, Shang-Chi makes mana with Cub or Leyline in play. Would you say we could see the PT? The PT deck list came in, and like this deck is like too new. Oh, I guess I'll just get another Arbor here. Oh, I already have both Arbors. This deck is too new to realistically expect to see it at the PT, but you could maybe see it at a PT one day. So we have what? How much mana do we have? 6, 7, 8. So a Quirion Ranger costs 3. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Ashaya or Enduring Vitality. Enduring Vitality is cheaper. It gives me a lot more mana this turn. I can't. I don't. I think I just get Vitality because the Trinisphere is just gonna stop the Quirion Ranger combo. But I think I still want to be able to use this as a big mana jump. Like I get to go 3 mana, then play Quirion Ranger, tap the Quirion Ranger for mana. So right now this is 6 mana I have. I don't know what I want to get. I think the Quirion Rangers are mana positive, so let me just do this. Pick this up. And then play another Quirion Ranger. They're somehow Quirion Ranger is mana positive on turn 3 through Trinisphere. But now I have +6. I have 8. So I think I just get Ouroboroid. I could also get Chomping Changeling. So next turn I have to pay 8 mana for some respect. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's Ouroboroid. I have Hoof. I can't cast Hoof though. I'm 1 mana short, and it wouldn't kill either because I've too many tap creatures. So I think it's just Ouroboroid. I guess I could have attacked. If I tapped differently, I could have attacked for some this turn. Oops. So this is my turn 3 when my opponent went turn 2 Trinisphere on the play. Did we die to dismember on Cub? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. So I guess we just go play Forest, untap Dryad Arbor, bounce Forest, untap Dryad Arbor, attack. Might have lethal, might not. We'll just find out, I guess. So I've got a lot of attackers with a lot of power and toughness. They are at 24 because they put a desert into play. Is that right? Where I don't know how they're at 24. I don't know where the desert is. Or the cave. Okay, they're at -2. Okay. Won our 6 matches in a row. Kind of a scary hand to keep, but it's so hard to mulligan. Scarier to mulligan this hand. Yeah, this deck has won through so much today. Like things that you would never expect a deck like this to be able to beat. So maybe Quantum Energy. It should be fine to play this. Like so the removal's Prismatic Ending and Solitude. They can still Solitude the token, and they can't Prismatic Ending. I guess maybe I get got by March. It does feel like Shang-Chi is the card that put this deck over the top. We've been working on it for 8 months, and being able to play this like totally mono blue build that is just so powerful. Sorry, mono green build that is just so fast and so powerful and so resilient. It feels like Shang-Chi was the missing piece. Took us a little bit too long to be locked in on it, but it had a lot to do with Marvel, of course. They do have a Solitude for the Arbor. They get to make a token. We'll be fetching another Arbor end of turn, I guess, and hoping for the best. I have a feeling this is a challenge deck for tomorrow. I think so. Like, part of me wants to, like, play along with the Pro Tour, the Slumbering Trudge decks, like Slumbering Trudge Pro Tour play along. But I think I'll just take my job a little bit more seriously and play this instead. So the goal is going to be to Nantuko Dryad Arbor while we've got Shang-Chi in play. I don't know how we haven't even done that, but that'll make infinite tokens. Hopefully they don't have another Solitude, another white card as 2 of their last 3. Looks like they do not, thankfully. Seems like we just want to probably cast Nissa this turn, and then Although I guess we might need to draw something to combo off next turn. A land or a Shang-Chi or a Nantuko all does it. All right. That was a hard diss at Pro Tour players. Wait, what was the hard diss? Genuinely have no idea. I just wanted to play Trudge while people are playing Trudge at the Pro Tour because I'm really excited 9 people are playing it. But I don't know that I could not play this deck tomorrow. I'm sure there's a reason why no Chord. I mostly think Summoner's Pact and Green Sun are better. Just because they let you go faster than Chord, but Chord can be good. Probably bounce my Leyline here. Maybe they'll bounce the Arbor. Oh, I take my job more seriously than playing Trudge. Well, I mean, what I mean is I'm going to take my job more seriously than playing like kind of a content deck because it's the Pro Tour than playing the deck that I just think is better for tomorrow. Yeah, not only is Trudge lumped in with Eldrazi, it's nine of the 12 Eldrazi ramp players are playing Trudge. Okay, that was really bad for me. They must have just top decked that. I think I play out the Nantuko. So it's like, really, the Eldrazi ramp players are lumped in with the Trudge players, not the other way around. Being out of Arbors here is actually pretty bad for me. Okay, probably going to lose game 1 here. Imagine them having Solitude and drawing the white card up to Fairy. I think that maybe they would have just Solituded instead. Maybe not. Well, bouncing this is fine if they had the Solitude, but they probably didn't, right? I could have swore this was just a 1-mana 1/1. How are there 6 creatures in play? Some of the homies on Trudge. I guess, like, I have a lot of, like, people I'm friendly with on the Pro Tour, but not anybody like I'm texting regularly besides Dingo. And so no one that I've been like texting about the Pro Tour registered Trudge. Actually, I have one other friend, Josh Willis. I don't know what he's playing. Should ask. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in 3 Ouroboroids over 3 packs. It's usually my sideboard plan. Although maybe I think I should probably also just have a Chomping Changeling in case they bring in something like High Noon. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's not my place to say what Dingo's playing. That's on him to reveal to his chatters. I feel like Badgermole combo is totally different archetype than Gruul Eldrazi. But Write Up says fight rigging decks alongside Trudge as an alternate way to cast Emrakul to the schedule. I agree. I mean, they are playing a lot of the same cards. I definitely like to think of it as its own deck as well. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. I think that I'd like to save the Green Sun. Yeah, I want to save the Green Sun. Try to fetch for Arbor. Love to see your board deck. How's the deck been playing? Very good. We just trophied the last league. Thank you for the 27. Been liking it a lot. Probably will play in the challenge tomorrow. APT. Oh, I got your books. I've been trying to think of a thank you note to send you. I haven't cracked them open yet. That was very nice of you to send them. The illustrious PT French. So they have a guide on turn 1. Teague is good here, isn't it? I don't bring in Teague just if my opponent has Wrath Disguise, especially because it turns off my own Green Suns. And that's all it does. Okay, probably not going to attack with Quirion Ranger here. Main phase Felia is interesting. Are they going to evoke 2 Solitudes to fly the Guide of Souls? They pitch 1, pitching an Aang. I guess if their hand is Solitude, white card, Riddler, then sure. Well, they'd probably just want to hold the other Solitude. Well, let's get a Cub. If K Command gets banned, what do you replace it with the Trudge deck? Well, we have the World War Hulk build. We could try that again. So I'm gonna bounce my forest here. Oh, it is not land. Okay, good. So they'll probably bounce the... I guess if they bounce the Pride, they don't get the triggers end of turn. I could untap the forest and double block the Felly. I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want to like green sun for another Cub and then try to cast Craterhoof. The following turn. They only have one card in their hand. Seems like a good plan. Played Modern for the first time last night. Thanks to you. Awesome. Cool. What'd you play? Okay. Is this a fork in the road? Maybe I just go... I could just play both. It's fine. Play Trudge. Nice. I'm glad people are playing it. There is a sideboard guide for the Trudge deck finally on the Moxfield. You can read it in the primer section on Moxfield under the deck Trudge match. Wait, attack? Yeah, I think I'm down for the trade. From a scale of 1 to 10, how surprised am I to see Boros as a top deck after Flage Ban and last PT's performance being abysmal? Both. I'm not surprised to see a lot of Boros. I am surprised to see it be the #1 deck. I mean, I've been saying this a lot, but like Modern has needed like a good bit of changes for a while. For a while, Modern has been in the need of a good bit of changes. For a while, it seemed kind of inevitable that many things from Boros may need to be banned. For it seemed kind of inevitable. Like for 18 months, they needed to ban Guide, Pride, Ajani, or Flage, and then see what it's like. And then I think inevitably after one of those was banned, I think it was kind of clear that the overall deck would not change that much. That the deck would still be good and playable and viable. To me, I feel like this has been clear for like 18 months, and so maybe it's like it's been so long I get tired of saying it, but I'm not surprised to see Boros still be good and popular after one card got banned from it. I'm not surprised at all. I think the Flage ban was good because it's really annoying that you have to play Graveyard Hate against the little creature deck. But I'm not surprised Boros is still good and popular. I did have a bad Pro Tour last time, but there's also something to be said for the fact that now that you don't need to main deck Flage for the Boros mirror, your matchup spread against every other deck does get a little bit better. Like I think that is a real dynamic. It's like you can't be a Boros player not playing Flage, and so all of a sudden you get to be main decking like Ranger Captain, and and your store matchup is significantly better. I think Pride was the problem all along. I mean, I think it's kind of hard to... I don't think too many people can disagree with this statement. Guide, Pride, Ajani, and Flage are all very similar power level, and in combination together, the deck is very... I think it's hard to tell what is the best card overall. I don't think this... Oh, wait, no, the Craterhoof is going to get buffed real big. I think this will win, actually. Hold on. We're playing a cool deck. Don't need to yap about it too much, but I'm not too surprised to see Boros be good. So this is going to buff the Ouroboroid by a lot, and then everything is going to get 7 extra +1 counters here. So I think we do win, but I think without the Ouroboroid, we don't. Yeah, this should be way over. This is like 60 trample damage. Yeah, it's like just one more ban, man. Just one more ban. I mean, besides the first BNR after MH3 banning Nadu and Grief, every single time they've changed something in Modern, it's been a card played in Boros. Yeah, but actually that's not true. They banned Underworld Breach. So before the Flage ban, 18 months before the Flage ban, they had banned Underworld Breach as the only card, and that was the last time they changed anything in Modern for 18 months. And I feel like for those 18 months, for like at least 12 of those months, I think it was really clear that at some point you would have to ban something from Energy, and they really dragged their feet on it. And you know, people are antsy. All right, going to game 3. Crazy game to win. Thankfully, Badgermole Cub is here to save the format. So on the draw for game 3, I should be keeping this. Another game would have been valid by a Johnny top deck. Well, they don't play a Johnny, they're blue-white energy. I did see that there are 8 Trudge decks. I'm very excited about that fact. Where do you get the red for the sideboard cards? So we have a 1 red and 1 white sideboard card. You can green sun for these, but you also have 4 Delighted Halflings, a Nissa, and a Lotus Cobra, which I think it's just enough sources to cast these if you pact for them or you draw them, rather than needing to play a Shockland on your mana base. You could play Shocklands in the mana base, but you just board these in kind of infrequently too. It's kind of a weird decision, I guess, but decided to try it and it's been feeling fine. I'm probably just gonna get a Cub here. It's almost always right on these boards. They are gonna Felia me, and you know what? I guess they're gonna Felia. So let me just play the 3/3. Just play the 3/3. So if they go Felia Riddler, we have a blocker. And then we can get Cub next turn maybe. Felito Naluda with the 2 months. Welcome back. Glad you're liking the stream. And I don't really know how good Rurikthar is. I think the Teague makes sense. Just like 1 card to be so much better against Tron. What is the Changeling for? You need a tutorable disenchant. In this matchup, I want to be able to kill High Noon. High Noon is a card I'm a little bit scared of. And it's the best option because it blocks Ocelot Pride. What's wrong with the Cub line versus Felia? What's a 2/2 that doesn't like win, like they trade instead of just kills it, right? So they get the Riddler back. They have 5 cards in their hand. So I'm gonna go Green Sun for an Arbor for sure. This will make 1 green mana as a return. I'll use the green mana to play Quirion Ranger. I will bounce this forest to my hand. I'll play the forest again, make another green mana, and this will trigger the Nissa, which I find in Ashaya with. I think I'll just get another Cub now. Current Boris has 2 huge problems. One is Guide Pride, the other is a giant bombardment. You know, I've been reflecting on this a lot, and I think it was very bad design that Flage, Ajani, Guide, Pride were all individually like modern staples, power level cards. Like if they didn't have combos with them, like if you didn't have Arena to combo with Flage, if you didn't have Bombardment to combo with Ajani, if you didn't have Pride to combo with Guide, like all of these cards, maybe Guide, with the exception of Ocelot Pride, like all of these cards would still see play in the Boros deck without the combos, and then with the combos, they just are like way over the line, I think. Okay, so I think we just lead on Ashaya and see if my opponent can stop my combo. Don't have a Delighted Halfling in play to make it uncounterable, unfortunately. Although they don't play too many counterspells usually. They play Aang Swift Savior. So if I replay this, I'll have to activate my Quirion Ranger. I guess I just have another Quirion Ranger in the hand. I think you want to untap the forest, so if they Solitude, it comes back to play. Right, cast. All right, so we'll make a green mana, which we'll use to play Quirion Ranger. Then we'll trigger the Nissa for turn. And then let's go start the loop. So I guess I'm just going to go show them I'm going to cast Craterhoof Behemoth this turn. won our last 7 matches. I think on the draw I'm just gonna mull again. Sounds, I think, better. Where do you plan on releasing said game? So hopefully, assuming everything goes well, and it's been going pretty smooth, although our lawyers have been, like, our lawyer went on vacation, and we won't hear from him until next week. Okay, so this is a brood scale. I might need to go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Cub into Cub Enduring Vitality and use this as my payoff. Anyways, so hopefully pre-orders are going to be available for the game in December. That's the current goal we're trying to hit. And then the full release, like, you'll get your stuff probably in March. How expensive is it to make a game? So far it's been 3 years for 10 people with $75,000 in investment money that still needs pre-orders to help fund some of the completion of the game. And this is also doing it kind of cheaply and getting some deals from friends and stuff. Yeah, I can't say the genre because it honestly spoils too much, but it is a physical game, and I think once we get closer to the release date, maybe I'll try to say more. So if they have Ballista, they can't Ballista on 0 because of the Vexing Bauble. That's kind of interesting here. Although we are gonna, I don't think there's any way for us to win the game this turn. Could I maybe? So if I go Green Sun for Shang-Chi, then I could go play Dryad Arbor, tap Shang-Chi, tap Dryad Arbor for Enduring Vitality. But then I'll have already hit my land drop for turn. So it's not like I can do anything else off of the Nissa or anything. So what if I do this? I play the Nissa first. Although I don't really know if there's anything I can hit off the Nissa to, like, win the game here. Disciple of Freyalise. So I can go Enduring Vitality into Green Sun for Shang-Chi. This is my turn 3. Okay, Green Sun for Shang-Chi. Then I can make 6 mana and I can draw 3 cards with 9 mana still available. Although if they have K command, they can now cast it. And I did not draw anything off the 3. Been loving the Enduring Vitality. Had some outs here. Had some outs to win. Although maybe not if they just have the K command, right? I think beefy for the raid. So this was a pretty complicated turn, but hopefully beefy and everybody's having a good day, good stream. Or did they cast it on their turn? Well, they're going to try to exile the Enduring Vitality and scry draw to another win. I'll just say I'll scoop to command. And I could maybe even just have that as a message on my screen. Okay, well, I play right now. Okay. So down a game against Broodscale. Gonna bring in the Ouphe, gonna bring in the Changeling. I think I'm gonna cut the Safekeeper in Nissa. Oh, on their turn. Why they couldn't cast it on their turn. They couldn't start the loop, but I started the loop for them because I hit Disciple of Freyalise off the Nissa. Maybe if I hit Formidable Speaker off the Nissa, we could have tried to translate that into a win. I'm not gonna bring in Teague. Teague only stops K command. I like Teague a lot against Tron because it stops K command, Karn, and Ugin. Those are like the three things you really care about. But and then like they kind of can't unless they devour of Destiny the Teague. It's just so hard for them to win through that. But against Brood-Scale, like it's not enough. Isn't Brood-Scale bad into Prowess? It's probably not favored against Prowess, but it's not like you can't win. All right, we're on to play. Keep, I guess. Would I side in Teague against Control? Stops Wrath Verdict and maybe to 5 mana to Fairy? Maybe. Not against Ponza, which is kind of the main control deck, maybe. Okay, so we're on the play against Brood-Scale. Good hand. They have an Unholy Heat? Still stirring. So if they were to heat the Halfling here, what you do is you go play Ranger, pick up the Forest, replay the Forest, and Green Sun for an Arbor, unless you drew a land for turn. All right, they grab a Temple. We find another copy of Quirion Ranger. So tutoring for a Cub is kind of what I'm thinking I want to default to, although it's a little bit weird with us only having those single land. Could maybe get Shang-Chi first. I guess it just makes more sense to get Cub first, and then maybe we could get Shang-Chi and Enduring Vitality next turn off of these. I guess we'd only do that if we drew a payoff. I guess we could just get Enduring Vitality, tap these two, and then these tap for 4 mana. And then like the Forest matters less because we just have like infinite mana dorks at that point. And then I think we could also play Collector Ouphe plus Ouroboroid after that. Mjolnir, Amulet of Hammer of Thor appeared in 5 Amulet Titan decks. So why is Mjolnir better than Fire Magic for them? I mean, you're never equipping it to anything. So like, in like what situations do you want the 4 damage? I guess Guide of Souls, I guess. Oh, Rumble finds it, of course, of course. Do you play 1 or 2 Nature's Rhythm as a flashbackable green side? No, I think that's what the Summoners packs are for. Summoners packs just the next best thing. Get off Rumble and Uncounterable. I don't know that the Uncounterable matters that much, but it's nice. And yeah, Rumble's nice. Makes sense. Okay, so we lose our Ranger. They make a spawn. We have another Ranger, so it should be fine. And they play a Cage against my double Green Sun hand. It's pretty good. So let's go, I guess. Hold on. Well, I'm gonna play Formidable Speaker for sure. Discard a Green Sun Zenith. And then I'd probably just want to get Ouroboroid. I guess I could get Ashaya. I could get yeah, I guess Ashaya wins next turn, so let's do that. Then play Ashaya. I should play Ranger, and then next turn we have 5 mana with the Speaker. Speaker is +1, so we go 5 mana Ashaya, infinite mana. Then we can pick up the Formidable Speaker and cast Craterhoof or something. How many? I know it will never happen. How many bans do you think it'll take for Lingering Souls to be playable card in Modern again? 20? Probably 40. The second Kozilek's command. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. It's like just the second Kozilek's command feels like it always decreases your win percentage by so much. Let's play the Ouphe this turn. And I guess we'll attack for 3. I guess I do have 5 mana next turn, but I won't have 5 mana then as Shaya. Lingering Souls was played Modern ever. Yeah, it was like 20, like 13 to 16 arrows, a pretty good card. There was like a Mardu Pyromancer deck that would discard it to Lingering Souls for value. I think there's a deck called Lingering Jund, which was Jund midrange that would splash It was Jund midrange that would splash Lingering Souls as a value play. So we're going to just bounce this back to our hand. More elegant weapon for a more civilized age. Do we do it? Do we break Cub? We've been working on this deck for like 8 months, and it does seem like after this 8 months of hard work, Shang-Chi is like the missing piece to feel like this deck is like kind of broken. Won the last 7 matches in a row. Definitely can lose matches, but the deck has been feeling great today. It feels really complete. The only times we're losing too are just also like nut draws, which is always a really good sign in your testing. They bricked pretty hard on this Rumble. They can put a Woodland into their hand. They did. They have 4 types in the yard, so Emrakul is castable next turn if they have it. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Souls and Death Shadow. I forgot about that. I actually, in a Team Unified Modern event, one of my teammates beat Brad Nelson by. Brad Nelson was at 4 life in the Death Shadow mirror in game 3, and we teamer battle raged 2 different Lingering Souls tokens to deal 4 damage for lethal. It was awesome. Fond memory. And then I was actually I met Brad years later for I think it was doing the professor thing, and he did not remember that. How could you forget dying to two Teemo Battle Rage Lingering Souls tokens? I think I just play the Leyline so I can combo kill next turn. I can't combo kill this turn because I don't have the mana doubler, which I need, and I'll have already activated the Ranger. Can I still cast it? Actually, I can go untap, play lands. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 1 short. Yeah, for me, it was a great Magic moment. For him, it was just, oh, it's a Saturday, to be fair. I don't think I've ever done that before. Like, of any of like the big pro players I played before I was a streamer. I've never been like, hey, do you remember this? But I thought for sure he would remember that. I thought for sure he would remember that. Okay, so they can't get Haywire Mite because of the cage, and if they did get it, the Ouphe would stop it, so I'm not too worried about the Saga trigger. And it looks like, I think they don't have enough for Emrakul, although I guess this is one more type, so... Yeah, I think they just tried to get a Haywire Mite. I did try Souls in the sideboard versus a Murktide Image too. Yeah, I think we actually... Let's see when the last time we played Lingering Souls was. Thank you, moxfield.com/users/aspiring spike. I would guess... We played it in 2022. So it looks like in 2022 we played it in Smallpox deck. Oh, so cool. We can mill it over with Shadow Prophecy, discard it to Smallpox or Liliana. We used to be a format, dude. Cannot play Smallpox in an Ocelot Pride, a Johnny world. So they do have enough mana to Emrakul still. They have the Emrakul. You would be surprised how good Lingering Souls is in Boros. I agree it's probably good in Boros. Yeah, I agree it's probably fine. The third Kozilek's command. Wait, and they're only X equals 1? So no oh, okay, Smallpox with a Johnny. Now there's an idea. So I only have 6 mana after this, so I can't activate the Leyline. But I got a big ol' Ashaya to block some stuff, maybe. My opponent's not ghosting. I tutored Ashaya with Formidable Speaker like 3 turns ago. How's the matchup against Samwise? Her canister say thinks it's one of the best decks. I don't know. You're about as fast, and I don't know. I think Samwise sucks. I think that deck's awful, but I do. That's not the 4th Kozilek's command. And also to kill my Bruce. That's the 4th Kozilek's command. Oh my gosh. So they reveal a brood scale. We don't know that they have a payoff yet. Do they have like a? They don't have a flesh raker in the yard to copy with the woodland. Really, you want to play 4 Kozilek's Command in this metagame? Do you really think you need card selection, ramp, creature removal, and graveyard hate? Do you think those 4 things are good in this metagame? Do you think those 4 cards are good in this metagame? Alright, so then they cast Stirrings. And they find an Emrakul the Promised End. Good enough for me. Okay, so we lost this match. I'm going to go eat some lunch. 4-hour stream today. I will be playing this deck in the challenge tomorrow, I think. Unless for some reason I just really, really want to Slumbering Trudge play along the Pro Tour. I think I'll just play this. And then I actually have a pretty exciting deck for the between rounds. This is Primal Prayers with Justice as the payoff.